right now. Right now. Na, 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 na.
Hey guys, CD from AK3R here, and I'm sure most of you are looking at this video and you're like, CD, what the heck are you doing? What does this have to do with K-pop? What does this have to do with the Hallyu scene? Well, due to recent events and recent statements from certain idols, now it has everything to do with this, with our world. It's gotten to a point where it's gotten to our neck of the woods, you guys. Now, if you follow Jay Park and Bang Young-gook from BAP on Instagram, then you've seen their most recent post. I'll post it up here for you guys to see. Jay Park posted a list of names featuring several African-American individuals who were killed in recent years in events where a lot of people believe that they should not have died, and where people believe that the people who killed them should have been punished in some way, shape, or form. And as you can see, one thing that they all have in common is that there was no conviction for each of the killers. For some of you don't know. I know some of you don't know with some of the names. I'll just mention one. Tamir Rice was a young 12-year-old boy. He was playing in a park with a BB gun, and someone called the police and said, "There's someone in the park with a gun. It's probably fake, but you should just check it out anyway." And somehow, even though the person said that it's probably fake, the message somehow didn't get to the cop himself. And they drove. If you look at the video, within 5 seconds of the cop pulling up to Tamir, Tamir was shot dead. And on the video call, on the call for backup, it was very frustrating because, you know, the cop referred to Tamir as a male, as an adult male in his 20s. Tamir Rice was 12, and the only thing he did wrong was flinch. And the cop took that as a sign that he was gonna attack him in some way, probably shoot him, and he killed Tamir Rice dead. Tamir Rice was 12. Probably didn't even know what was going on, and he ended up getting killed. And the cop was not sent to prison. There was no conviction for the cop. And of course, Jay Park was talking about how there's a problem in the American justice system where there's certain people where there's that's what he was talking about. You know, where people should have gone to jail who didn't go to jail. People died who shouldn't have died. There's a problem. That's what Jay Park is talking about. What made his post laughable was I looked in the comment section and I see someone say, "I didn't see any Korean names on that list. Seems to me I see articles all the time from Korea where there are no convictions or minimal fines. Keep it in perspective, Mr. Park." Well, before I go on, what was really hilarious about this statement is that for all the articles this person has claimed to have read, they didn't see the one that said that Jay Park is American, born, raised, and educated in America. So he has every right to criticize the American justice system. So I don't know what this person was talking about. I really hope they were just trolling. I really hope that they were not being serious, because if they were, Next up is Bang Young-gook. Bang Young-gook posted on Instagram. He made a post that referenced Martin Luther King. He had two posts, but the first one was about Martin Luther King, and he said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Seems reasonable enough, but what made it wrong was that his next post featured. He was referencing John Lennon. John Lennon from the Beatles, that John Lennon. See, the issue that fans have with the fact that he referenced John Lennon was, one thing, it showed that he does not fully understand what's going on here in America. Because John Lennon, as I'm going to quote another fan here, if you do your research, John Lennon was an ignorant, xenophobic, homophobic, anti-Semitic racist, and a sexist person. He hit women and openly practiced discrimination. He is not a role model. Do not pride yourself on setting an example for people when you worship false idols. And by false idols, this person means false music idols, false celebrities false music idols. Just because you listened to Imagine and thought it would be nice to live in a world without war doesn't make you qualified to talk about equality like you know what it means. I'm so disappointed in you. Yeah, when the person means false idols, they don't literally mean like the false god idols. They mean like false role models, false idols. A lot of that really made me disappointed in Jungkook. I don't hate him. I'm not angry. It just made me just sad because it showed that he doesn't fully comprehend what's happening here, and that he needs to do a little bit more research, because John Lennon is not the best person to reference when talking about Black Lives Matter. And just in this, one thing that I will say, you know, that as one thing that us fans, that the relationship between fans and a celebrity is that we can learn from each other. Just like with Siwon from Super Junior when he made that post about the LGBT community, there was enough fan response to make him realize the error of his ways and that how he was speaking was not right, you know, and how he realized that he shouldn't be speaking in such ways about such a sensitive topic, you know. And I think the same thing needs to be done with Jungkook as well, because I don't think he understands what he did wrong at the moment. Before I go any further, you guys, I'm going to tell you one more story. Do you guys know who Vincent Chin is? Vincent Chin, C-H-I-N, Chin. On June 9th, I'm reading something. On June 19th, 1982, he was at a nightclub because it was his bachelor party. He was about to get married. And while he was in the club, you know, he was approached by two men, Ronald Ebbins and Michael Nitz. And words were exchanged, and during the argument, apparently the phrase, "It's because you little motherfuckers were out of work," this is referring to at the U.S. auto manufacturing jobs at the time were being lost to Japanese manufacturers. More words were exchanged. They were all kicked out of the club. These two men hunted him down, hunted Vincent Chin down. One man held him while the other man beat him with a bat. They beat him to death. You know, and they mentioned they mentioned the Japanese manufacturing. Vincent Chin was Chinese. Vincent Chin wasn't Japanese. He was Chinese. You know, it's frustrating because, you know, Asia is such a big continent, and people limit its population to just China and Japan, which is very, very ignorant. Very, very ignorant. And neither of these men went to jail. You know, neither of these men went to jail. You know, they were seen as good guys. They seemed like good guys, and I'm quoting someone here. These weren't the kind of men you send to jail. You don't make the punishment fit the crime. You make the punishment fit the criminal, which makes literally no sense to me. Just because, you know, someone looks like a good person doesn't exempt them from the fact they killed somebody, but they seem like good guys, so you're just gonna let it go. Okay, there's an example right there of how the Asian community has been done wrong by the American justice system, how they've been targeted based on racist and economic insecurities and prejudice and just everything else that I said before. But you know, Vincent Chin and Tamir, I think. Well, I'm trying so hard not to rant, you guys. The point of what I'm trying to say is, you know, Vincent Chin didn't need to die. Eric Garner didn't need to die. Trayvon Martin didn't need to die. Philando Castile did not need to die. Alton Sterling did not need to die. So many people who I've mentioned and I haven't mentioned did not need to die, but they were killed unjustly. And the people who killed them should be punished, but they haven't been punished. For some of the people I've mentioned, you know, there could be some updates in the future. You know, there could be some updates. You know, some people may be brought to justice, but at this current time, there's been no justice has been followed. You know, and if the fact that, you know, the Hallyu celebrities like Jay Park are talking about this, just show that just that just reiterates that something needs to be done. Like that, I'm not saying that just because they're talking about something needs to be done, because something should have been done a long time ago. This just proves the point that something needs to be done. You know, as fans in the entertainment scene, you guys, these celebrities have such they have a social and political influence. You know, they use their power, their stature to help change the world. And like I said before, as fans, it's our jobs to help them change the world. But at the same time, it's our jobs to also educate them on things that they may not fully understand, and educate each other as fans on things that they may not understand. So guys, I'm going to end this video with this. You know, do your research. Black lives do matter, and all lives do matter as well. but we would not be saying that Black Lives Matter if there was not a problem. The African American community and the minority communities of this entire country and the whole world have been done so much wrong. Something needs to be done. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, be safe out there, you guys. Be more open. Be tolerant. Just be safe. Have an open mind, open heart, but be safe. You know. Anyways, I'm CD from AK3R. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Shout out to my co-hosts featured on this channel, past, present, and future. Shout out to Soulwave and Matchy Productions. I'm CD. Goodbye, you guys.